Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum, brothers and sisters. So we will continue to talk on what I have left, because my friend has just gone. So when he came, I stopped doing the video and entertain my friend. So when he's gone, I continue to talk on this subject of religion and belief. So let us recast. Yes, we were talking about what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had revealed on what Allah consider a person is a good person. So you can check for yourself whether you are the one who meet the category of the categories set by Allah in the Quran, to ensure that I have not missed any point. I think it's best to refer again. It's very important categories. Let me see. I think it was on page 27. Oh yes, page 27. Let's see the page 27. Yes, it's on sentence 177. So, because this is important, I'll just repeat it again. The meaning or the basis of goodness. So it says here, believe in Allah, believe in the day after or the day of judgment, believe in the angel, believe in the book sent down by Allah, believe in all his prophets of messenger of Allah. So that are the belief. So belief is first mentioned. So belief is important. Aqidah and belief is important. So if we get our belief and aqidah right, then there is a chance that we will attain paradise. This is the thing that I have mentioned, repeated it many times. So that is the belief, and after the belief came the doing. So the most important doing will be on top. So the one that spend out his money that he love to family children who are orphan, the poor, or people who are in traveling, and people who ask, and people who set free the slave. Okay, that is the doing. Another doing is perform worshipping or salat, spending out his wealth. Also is already mentioned above and also then repeated again. People who fulfill his promise when he made promise, people who are patient in time of difficulty or sickness or in war. And then Allah is saying the above people are the people of truth, and they are also the people who fear Allah. So the mentioning of fear Allah is very important. If you fear Allah, then what you do, you will read the Koran. When you read the Quran, then you get the guidance from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah had revealed that I send down my guidance to mankind. Whoever follow my guidance will attain paradise. Let's complete my recast on reading the Quran. So let's see what we can recast on reading the Gospel of Barnabas. Okay. In the Gospel of Barnabas, I remember people in possession or Satan get into people's body and he became possessed. And Jesus had healed the people being possessed. And one person, he was possessed by 6,000 Satan in his body. And hearing that so much Satan in that person's body, meaning that the more Satan get into a person's body, the more difficult is the process of healing that person. And the disciple of Jesus was about to give up, but Jesus keep on healing that person, and when the Satan came out from the body, I remember Satan asked where they will go after they leave the body. And then Jesus was saying, you go to the body, Satan, go to the body, the swine. So Satan got into the body of the swine. And then that person's body was freed of Satan and was healed. When people saw that Jesus was able to heal people in possession, then another person came and asked Jesus to do the same on him. But then Jesus refused because they were of the uncircumcised people, meaning that they are not among the follower of Jesus. So Jesus was not interested in giving help. But that person keep on appealing for help from Jesus and giving indication that if she or her relative was healed, then she would become the follower of Jesus. With this promise, Jesus agreed to heal the person or her relative. I think that's the recast that complete my recast on the Quran and on the Gospel of Barnabas. So now let me read the Quran to you on page 28. Okay, to get the barakat of this morning, let me read the first sentence on page 28 in Arabic. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. فَمَنْ خَافَ مِنْ مُوصٍ جَنَفًا أَوْ إِثْمًا فَأَصْلَحَ بَيْنَهُمْ فَلَا إِثْمَ عَلَيْهِ إِنَّ اللَّهَ غَفُورٌ رَحِيمٌ. Okay, brothers and sisters, let's see the meaning of the sentences on this page. Start with sentence 182. It ends up sentence 186. Then whoever is worried that people who make the will is unfair or had done sin in his will, later he reconcile among them, the inheritance corrected his will following the rule of religion, then there is no sin in doing this. In reality, Allah is most forgiving. So, when we make a will, it also need to be fair to our children. So we just not making a will that is biased. So if the children think it's not fair and would cause quarrel among them, it is okay for the children to refer to the rule of religion in distributing the wealth, that is following the rule of faraid in Islam. So I told you before, if a person make a will, the will is the priority over the rule of religion. But then it is looked as unfair, then it is allowed to make the will void and follow the rule given by the religion. Okay. The next subheading is fasting. This is good. So we are in fasting month, and today we are having the subheading fasting. So let's see, brothers and sisters, all people who believe it is ordained to you fasting, the like of thing ordained to people before you, so that you become the people who fear Allah. The compulsory fasting is only certain days. Whoever of you are sick in the day or traveling, then he can break his fast. Later, it is compulsory that he repay the fasting that he had left out. And it is compulsory people who are unable to fast to pay fidyah. Fidyah, let me read this. Fidyah is something given to the poor people, like the food as thing of sacrifice because he left fasting. Or thing of change because he left fasting. Whoever with his sincerity of heart giving things more than what is compulsory, then that kind of thing is good for him. But then fasting is even better from giving fidyah if you only know. So next sentence, the month of Ramadan, in the month whereby Koran is revealed, become the guidance to mankind, all mankind, and become evidence that is clear, clarified the guidance that distinguish between the truth and the false. Whoever among you witness the moon, then he need to fast or start to fast in that month. And whoever is sick or in traveling, then he need to change or repay the number of days that he left in other day. Allah needs you getting the ease, and Allah does not want you to have the difficulty and also need you to fulfill the number of days in the month of Ramadan so that you glorified Allah with what He guide you so that you become the people who are thankful for last sentence. And when my creature asks you with regard of me, then Muhammad tell them that Allah is always near them. Allah granted their wish. People who supplicate, when they supplicate to me, then need you to fulfill my order and needs you to have a belief on me so that you will become people in the truth. So that's it, brothers and sisters, the meaning of the sentences in this page. I think what is said with regard to fasting is clear enough, so that now I leave the Quran and look at the Gospel of Barnabas. Okay, let's read Gospel of Barnabas. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I think we are now on chapter 22. Let me see the next page, whether I have the next chapter. Now it's 22, then we should see 23. Okay, let me search for 23. Is 19, 20. Okay, 17. 23. Okay. So we are ready with page 21, 23. Miserable condition of the uncircumcised is that a dog is better than they. So this is the mention in the Gospel of Barnabas. I know the uncircumcised may not like to hear this, but I have to say because it is written here. The disciple questioned Jesus on that day, saying, "Oh Master, why didn't thou make such an answer to the woman, saying that there were dogs?" Okay, this is like the disciples were expecting Jesus not to give help to chase away the devils in the body of the uncircumcised. But then they told you that Jesus had given help too. So let's read what comes next. Jesus answered, "Verily I say unto you, that a dog is better than an uncircumcised man." Then were disciples sorrowful, saying, "Hard are these words, who shall be able to receive them?" Jesus answered, "If you consider, O foolish ones, what the dog does, that has no reason for the service of his master, you will find me saying to be true. To me, does the dog guard the house of his master, expose his life against the robber?" So Jesus had not agreed with what the disciple was saying, because dog had given benefit to people too. Yea, assuredly, but what received he? Many blows and injuries with little bread, and he always show his master a joyful countenance. Is this true? True it is, O Master, answered the disciples. So the disciple in the end agree what Jesus was saying. Then said Jesus, "Consider how much God has given to man, and you will see how unrighteous he is not observing the commandment of God, made with Ibrahim and his servant. I think something like this I had mentioned to you, that mankind is given a lot of benefits, just like we can ride on horse then can be tamed, and we can make use of horse as a mean of transport. We live in the house, while compared to monkey, they live in the jungle, and we travel like we have mean of transport like bicycle, cars like this. This is what Jesus had said, how much God has given to man, and you see how the unrighteous is not observing the covenant of God made with Abraham's servant. Remember that which David said to Saul, king of Israel, against Goliath the Philistine. My Lord, said David, while thy servant was weeping, thy servant's flock here came the wolf, the bear, and the lion, and seized thy servant's sheep, whereupon the servant went and slew them, rescuing the sheep. And what is this uncircumcised one but like unto them? Therefore will the servant go in the name of the Lord God of Israel, slay this unclean one that blasphemeth the holy people of God. Then said the disciple, tell us, O Master, for what reason must need be circumcised? Jesus answered, let it suffice that God has commanded it to Abraham, saying, Abraham, circumcise your foreskin, and that all thy house, for this a covenant between me and thee forever. So what can you get from that sentence? What I can get from this, Abraham is a Muslim. So all Muslims were ordained to circumcise themselves. So this ordained was given to Abraham before, but then we don't know whether the people before Abraham were circumcised as well. I think they were, but something that I'm not sure. But I like to believe they were also circumcised. But here he didn't say you circumcise as the people before, because we carry out circumcise to the foreskin is to ensure that we are clean when we worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So I believe people before Ibrahim were also the prophets before Ibrahim were also circumcised. I think with that I complete my reading of Gospel of Barnabas today, and hopefully I'll continue again tomorrow. Thank you very much for listening.